everyone, and welcome to Carroll University and to a very exciting day in our history. Today, Wisconsin's most historic and first university is going to be unveiling a part of its heritage. This is the cornerstone from Maxon Hall, which is our old science building, which, as most of you know, we're going to be demolishing to make way for a brand new $24 million science building. And when we were in process of beginning to tear it down, we found a very mysterious time capsule located there. So this morning, Doug Hosted is going to tell you a little bit about that, and we are going to open it and see what the contents are.
Well, welcome to all of you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us in this historic moment. In particular, I'd like to thank the media for paying attention to this project. This is really the beginning of what will be about 18 months of transforming the corner of Barstow and College into a state-of-the-art science facility. We're excited about that. You may not be wondering about my attire, but I do not look as presidential as I look when I have my suit and tie on, but I was out on the site today and we were actually working in the backhoe. They gave me instructions. I actually took a little bit of the building down. So over the course of the next 2 days, more of those walls will come down and then we'll begin to embark on a very exciting project. Janine mentioned that we were the first campus in the state of Wisconsin, had our beginnings in 1846, 2 years before Wisconsin became a state. And we are the only four-year campus in Waukesha County, and very proud of the community in which we live and reside. We are indeed pioneers. So I couldn't go about the rest of this without bringing up Pio Pete, our pioneer. Would you come up and join me? Yes, Pete. We can applaud for Pete. Thank you. The cornerstone 1961 was demolished. We took that out a few weeks ago, as I'm told, and uncovered the time capsule. We have no clue what's in the time capsule, do we, Pete? Now, for those of you that are from the media, if you want to chat with some of us later, we're more than happy to visit with you. Ron Lostetter, our Vice President for Finance and Administrative Services, oversees this project. He's the one that has the greatest knowledge about it, and I want to thank him in advance for all the good work that he's done to get us to this point. Thank you, Ron. And what do you think? Oh, and speaking of visiting with people, you can ask Pete any question you want. The problem is he can't answer you except with hand gestures. So keep it closed. We thought we would have some fun with this today, and we literally don't have a clue what's in here. And we thought about who should be the person to open this, and we thought that we should ask David Block. David, come on, Dr. David Block. David's a retired professor. He spent how many years in Maxon?
26.
26 years. He's probably the most knowledgeable about the history of the place, maybe even on this planet for that matter. And we've asked one of our physical plant people to come and complete the extraction. Adam McCarthy, thank you. Oh, look at this. He couldn't get the facial. Adam, thank you. I'm going to turn it over to you guys. And any guesses? Papers?
That's what I'm thinking.
Papers? It's copper, correct?
Yes.
So it has value. Oh, by the way, I'd like to say hello to how many people? 75. 75 people are watching this live stream. This is really kind of cool. And think about it, a building that was built in 1961, we're looking at the time capsule, and what didn't exist back then is now making a lot of people happy. So, David Block, it's all yours. Adam, take it away.
All right. So this is what remains of value, I think, of Maxon.
Oh, the memories are invaluable.
For all the emeriti faculty and current faculty who taught in Maxon, this is kind of exciting, very exciting.
Why am I nervous, Adam?
We're all stepping back.
No, I just don't want to splash anybody. It's going to be warm, so.
Do nails?
Where's Geraldo?
Dr. Block, I'll get on this side, and I'll try to hold the lid on as best I can. Okay? No, I'll hold it just when I move.
Okay.
assistance here? Sure. It's going to be warm. The rest is yours. You need anything else? We'll turn it around. Yep, now you can take a look.
It's stuck.
It's full of papers. I'm going to pull them out very.
Want help holding the back of it?
Sure, come on up there.
Oh, they packed it.
I think I'm seeing a map, which is all good.
Oh my
We're going to
goodness.
pull it all out first.
Oh, I don't know what some of this stuff is.
This is amazing. All right.
Something on Fortran. Oh, wow. It's all yours.
Okay. We're in no particular order. We have a guide on, Fortran. A Drumlin newsletter. The Drumlin was the newsletter of the geography program. So when I was a student, I worked on the Drumlin, and this is one of the issues from the early 60s. Looks
Wow.
like a directory, a guide to geography programs in the United States. Interesting. A brochure, I think just identifying Carroll College and the various programs that were housed in Maxon Hall. So art, geography, mathematics. So a nice little brochure that was made. We have it is a Bible placed in here, maybe by the religion department. There's nothing written, but scripture was placed in there. This is a document entitled The Conservation of Natural Resources Aerial Field Trip, planned by the geography program, and a map on where all the flights would go.
What did you teach, David?
I taught geography
Oh,
and
okay.
environmental science. I remember taking this field trip, and I'll also say that these were low altitude field trips that we continued
Another
until
one right
this
there.
year. Yep. Another map. Wow. More maps. Delightful. I'm a map collector, a aerial field map of the region. Here's a catalog for Carroll College in the 117th year. We have photographs, aerial photographs taken by the students of the Carroll campus. Very interesting. Geography kept an archive for a number of years. And then pictures of Maxon in its early years of
Show that.
construction.
Now, is there anybody in here that knows the story of the construction of Maxon and what happened during the construction? David does.
You know, there was
But you can't talk.
There was a collapse that occurred as they were working, I think, from the second to third stories, so they had to not go back to ground zero, but they certainly had to recoup their losses and start again. So we have a photograph of that.
And that photograph looks almost like the building looks today.
It does. It does.
I mean, this moment.
And another photograph of the building as they're beginning to put the roof on. We have presidents. Looks like another picture of the building nearing completion, and a photograph of President Steele. And I'm not sure who else. One of the administrators, possibly.
Oh, I know, one of the tractors.
Yeah, on one of the tractors, the construction tractors. So turnabout.
It's changed a lot.
Play. Again, an aerial photograph of the campus, which at the time was of value. Brochures, information for applicants, Carroll College, with the man in mind, by the way. Interesting. Teaching careers, all sorts of brochures, I think, from academic programs at Carroll. Here's a mathematics brochure on training of teachers. So I think a lot of the academic programs served in that building shoved the pamphlets in. Summer session brochure. Let's see. Here's a publication on wetland transformation in the Wisconsin Drift area by Benjamin Richardson. He was a professor here for 35 years. A New York Times from June 3rd, 1962. And interesting the size of it to begin with.
Looks like an ad section.
We'll see if the Braves won. But yeah, it looks like something taken out of the New York Times. Wisconsin State Highway map. These are punch cards, computer punch cards, which would.
How many remember those? How many don't remember punch cards?
That's right. A publication on professional opportunities in mathematics, and then folded up in here. Open that. I was hoping will and testament, you know, some donation. Oh, a map of the city of Waukesha. It's starting to look like my office looked like in Maxon. A Fortran sheet. And those of us who learned Fortran remember the thrill. Probably another map. Probably. Another map of the Waukesha area. This is one of the lunar maps from that period of time. And remember that in the early 60s there was very little coverage of the moon. Interesting. And I think two more. Looks like they shoved the maps in at the last minute. There are several labs in geography in that building for a long time. Mapping labs, air photo interpretation labs. This is a generalized land use map of Waukesha County. I think some of these will take down maybe to the Waukesha Historical Society or the archives over here at the library.
That's a question you might have. What are we going to do with these materials? It starts in the archives in the library, and they're excited about getting these things. So when you start to look at them, am I correct in saying, when you start to look at these, make sure you treat them gently, but we're going to start there and we'll end up putting them in the right place.
This is a 1950s soils map, I already know. Waukesha County. We still use them. Soils don't change, but obviously the geographers shoved their maps in here for posterity. But it's really, this is what I thought we might have. I thought we'd have a little bit more newspaper coverage. But it's exciting from my perspective to see all of this.
So when we do our building and do our time capsule, it'll just be a little tiny flash drive and we'll put it somewhere.
Yeah. Yes. But it would be great to see some more period pieces in there in the one that we do.
And that might be a question some of you have. We do plan on putting a time capsule in the new facility. We're going to gather people across campus and give good advice about what we should put in there. It'd probably be larger than this, I'm guessing, or actually digital, who knows? Sure. But again, thank you all for coming. I know Ron will stick around for questions. I'll happily be here. David will hang around. And if you want to come up and take a look at these things, feel free to do so. They can do that, can't they? So make yourself comfortable. And again, we're delighted to have you here. We really look forward to having you around as we begin this whole process and we finish this process. Again, by the end of the week or by the beginning of next week, the walls will be down on Maxon. You're then going to begin to see the size of the footprint, which will be 3 times larger than the building that's currently sitting there. And in the fall of 16, we will open it up, and along the way, we'll have a lot of exciting things to talk about. And we thought we'd begin today with this, and again, we're pleased with the turnout. Thank you for coming. Come take a look. And again, Pete does not answer questions, but he can do hand motions. So, thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Come look. Come look.
A lecture on mapping will follow. This is what's interesting, the photos. Put these out.